Beliefs of Ahmadiyya cult. Qadiani's Ahmadiyya was begun in India, inspired, and actively supported by the British colonial power. In the mid-19th century the British thought that Islam as the religion of Allah was dead, but the War of Independence of 1857 and the leading role of Muslims through the spirit of jihad, scared the British. They actively sought an alternative to real Islam. Among the many things they did, one was the foundation of a new religion in the name of Islam by the hands of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. The British gave Mirza full support and an outline, and he filled in the details. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. He said that his name was Ghulam Ahmad, son of Ghulam Murtaza, belonging to the caste of Mughal Balas who came to India from Samarkand. Later he changed his origins and claimed to be a Persian. He again had a change of mind and claimed to belong to the progeny of Fatima, daughter of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He was born in 1839-40 in Qadiani, district of Gurdaspur, Punjab, India, in a family who were subservient to the British and played a heroic role in defending the British in the War of 1857. Ghulam remained proud of his and his family's services to the British Crown and advised his followers to remain loyal to the British government and the West. Qadianis, the followers of Ghulam Ahmad, established good liaison with the State of Israel immediately after its establishment, and Israel gave them full protection. Steps to the prophethood. The 1870s was a period of debates between Hindus against Muslims and Christians against Muslims. Muslims did not start those debates, but Muslim scholars were winning all of them and winning the hearts of the Muslim masses. Ghulam saw an opening to gain popularity and taught himself the art of debating against Hindus and became popular by 1877. In 1880 he published his first book Barā-in Ahmadiyya and established himself as a writer. By 1884 he added 3 more volumes to the same book, and in 1885 he claimed himself to be a Mujaddid, a revivalist of Islam. In 1891 he claimed himself to be the promised Mahdi and a promised Messiah. During this period, he insisted that he was not a prophet, declaring that such a claim would make him a kafir, an apostate, and a liar. In 1901 Ghulam declared, "By Allah in whose grip is my soul, it is he who commissioned me and named me a prophet," and he declared that Allah gave him 300,000. Qadiani in the contemporary world. Pakistan, the home of the Qadiani movement, declared the religion of Ghulam Ahmad to be Kufr, non-Islam, and other governments followed suit. Saudi Arabia stopped giving visas to Qadianis as Muslims. Recently, a South African court has ruled them to be non-Muslims. However, anti-Islam governments give Qadianis protection and provide facilities for their propagation. Among them, the US and the British are major protectors. Now, Qadianis' deceptively Islamic-looking functions and gatherings like Sirat an-Nabi and interfaith dialogues serve as bait for simplistic and uninformed Muslims. Hypocrisy of pacifism. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad declared that jihad, as an instrument of war, defensive or offensive, was forbidden by him. His followers, Qadianis, continue to present themselves to the West as pacifists, anti-war Muslims. In their annual conventions, they always present themselves as peaceful Muslims who do not believe in war. The national media in the West presents them as Muslims and pacifists. Beliefs of Qadianis. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani disrespects Allah and his messenger Muhammad, Pbuh. Among his writings are the following. I saw in my dream that I am Allah and I believed, no doubt I am the one who created the heaven. Aina-e Kamalat, p. 564. I have been given the attribute of destruction and giving life, this has been given to me from Allah. Qutbu Ilhamiyya. Everyone can rise to the highest status, he can even surpass the status of Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. Al-Fadl Qadian, 17th of July 1922. Hadrat Muhammad used to eat cheese made by the Christians even though it was well known that lard, pig fat, was mixed in it. Al-Fadl Qadian, 22nd of February 1924. It is evident like daylight that the door of prophethood is open after that Hadrat Muhammad. Haqiqat an-Nubuwwah, p. 329. I swear by that God who owns my life that he has sent me, he named me a prophet and he called me the promised Messiah. Closing of Haqiqat al-Wahi, p. 68 Allah Ta'ala gave names, Muhammad and Ahmad, and established me as the persona of Muhammad. Ekgalati Kaisala, p.10 True God is the one who sent his messenger in Qadian. Dafal Bala, p.11 So, is there any doubt that Hadrat promised Messiah is a prophet according to the Quranic meaning as well as literal meaning? Hakikatan Nubuwa, p.116 The character of Qadiani. Mirza received his early education from his father and other teachers of the village. Mirza took a humble job in the office of the deputy commissioner. During his employment he took exams for legal positions but failed them. After his failures he returned home to take care of the family land. There are three parts of Mirza's life: A. Period as a Muslim, B. Period of various claims, and C. The period of his claim of prophethood. During the early period Mirza was an ordinary Muslim. He had the Aqidah, doctrine, of Muslims and believed in the finality of the Prophet Muhammad, pbuh. During the period of 1882 to 1890, in sequence, he claimed to be a Mujaddid, a revivalist, Musleh, a reformer, Mehdi, a divinely guided one, and Masih Maud, the promised Messiah. In the year 1900 he declared that jihad had become unlawful, and in 1901 he claimed prophethood for himself. And in 1904 he claimed to be Krishna. In short, Mirza spent his life involved in insulting the prophets and messengers of Allah, treason against Muslims, loyalty to the British colonial power, lying, cheating, deceiving simple people, declaring false prophecies, trying to turn Muslims into British slaves, spying on Muslims for the British, and trying to obtain the most severe punishments for the Muslims. He tried his best to serve the British most by discouraging and eliminating the concept of jihad from Islam. Mirza wrote in his books, "I am God, in my vision I am a woman, Allah showed his manly power with me, and metaphorically I became pregnant." Mirza died on May 26, 1908 in his own hated disease of cholera while vomiting and discharging feces from both ends of his gastrointestinal system. The corruption of Qadiani's writings. Since the death of Ghulam Qadiani in 1908 his followers have been editing out some of the material written by him but criticized by the opponents and had become sources of embarrassment. If Ghulam was a true prophet, his followers have no authority to delete anything from the writings of the prophet. Qadianis use more recent but edited publications of Ghulam Qadiani's writings to deceive people that he never wrote any such things as quoted by his opponents. English translations are even worse, and they have been edited very heavily. However, Muslim scholars have collected and kept original publications of Ghulam Qadiani in their libraries and used them as sources in their writings to reveal the truth to the world. Allah knows best. Prepared by Mohammed Mostafa Nassar, Australia. Make sure to copy and email this post for your reference, you might need it later. Arrogance is not only a sign of insecurity, but also a sign of immaturity. Mature and fully realized persons can get their points across, even emphatically without demeaning or intimidating others.